What's up, guys? Roman here. This is Youth Therapy, of course, and this is a very special episode because there's no match day vlog now. It's just talk. I just want to share my thoughts regarding one certain player, regarding our transfer market, regarding our future, because now the transfer window has closed for the January, and we have a very crappy midfield. Let's face it, we are not good enough to win the Champions League with this midfield. There's no doubt about it, especially when Miralem Pjanic is performing the way he does. So it's going to be difficult for us. However, there are some great points. There are some great things to see during this season, which I'm going to touch on a bit later. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next season already because usually this is when the big signings are coming to the clubs. Usually this is when we finally see what our club is all about. What is the strategy? Right now, ever since we got Maurizio Sarri, there has been a strategy of transformation, transition from Allegri football to Sarrismo. Not evident. I cannot see any progress. Some flashes, very few flashes of some progress, but it's been more random than that there is a purpose behind it. So that's my opinion. As for the future, as I said, during the summer there will be transfers coming in, and maybe there will be somebody leaving during this transfer market. I expect that also because we have an older squad. We have some old players that we need to get rid of, not because they are old, but just because they don't have the quality to play for Juve or being the player that we need in order to win the Serie A, in order to win Coppa Italia, in order to win, of course, the Champions League. And we can talk about many players in our team that are just not good enough. But first and foremost, I want to talk about players that I want see, or rather than players that you guys want to see, because for me, I'm not so sure about this player. I'm not so sure about what to expect, granted, because of the factors that come with him as well. So he is French, yes. He's 26 years old. By now, you probably guess who I'm talking about. It is Paul Pogba. So no, I'm not going to talk about Blaise Matuidi. I'm not going to talk about Patrice Evra. I'm not going to even talk about Adrien Rabiot. It will be all about Paul Pogba. And this is why. Ever since he left, we were he was stolen from us, let's say, because he never had that great future at Manchester United, the way that he returned. Of course, you can argue if you are a Manchester United fan, but in my opinion, his best career, his best years were at Juve. That's my opinion. Now he is injured. I've looked through the stats of his injuries, and it's worrying because this type of injury that he has right now, it's an ankle injury, as far as I can see. And if you've played football, if you have been tackled, if you had some ankle issues, you know that this ankle will not. It will only get loose. It will only be more injury prone already. So expect even more injuries. But if you look at his history, hamstring injury in March to May in 2015, and then you have some distortion of the ankle. That's the first injury to the ankle ever, it seems. Only 7 days away, so it's not that major. And then he had muscle rupture in the 17th to 18th season. He was away for 2 months. And then we have this ankle injuries starting off September the 1st last year, and basically all the way up until now, today, which is of course the 5th of February. So you can imagine that he had been away, for quite some time, for 3-4 months, and he will probably be even more because of this ankle problems. So if we are gonna buy Pogba, just remember this is his history. These injuries is his reality now. Will it continue? It might be a very good chance that it will. Will it not continue? Will it stop? I don't know. I highly doubt it because we all know, guys, that our midfield will be very reliable on him, on his running, tracking back, going forward, creating spaces, passing, everything. I mean, physical stuff as well. I mean, everything. So he will be not 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 necessarily Paul, but this player coming into our midfield because yes, we need a box-to-box midfield this season, the next season. Sorry, we all know it. So if it is to be Paul, these injuries will follow him, unfortunately, but they will. The question is how major those injuries will be and how major of a loss he will be for this team. So, if you are gonna praise and hope and cross fingers for Paul Pogba coming back to Juventus, just remember that. Now, do I want Paul Pogba at Juventus? Yeah, I do. But do I want him bad enough to spend all my transfer budget, to spend all my money, to give him a huge salary, to rely on one purchase this summer? No. If he will be the only purchase for the midfield, no, I wouldn't take him. I would rather spend my money elsewhere. It could be Milinkovic Savic, it could be somebody else. But I mean, guys, remember, it's not always good that we get a new player in. However, he is not happy at United. We all know it. United fans, the team are a bit frustrated with him. The pundits in the English Premier League, they are not happy with the situation that he has caused some trouble, internal trouble in the dressing room. I don't know if that's true, but in any case, there is so much turmoil. There is so much is going on at United right now. So the best solution for him would be to leave, unfortunately. But then, who will be his next club? Juve, Real Madrid, Barcelona, maybe even Man City. I don't know, guys. But it's very, very likely that he will leave during this summer's transfer window. So, if he is to come back to Juventus, he will of course go back to Italy. He knows the language, he knows the players, at least some of them. He loves Paulo Dybala. Paulo Dybala and him are good friends, so there's that. But then again, Paul Pogba and Jesse Lingard seem to be very good friends. Also, well, doesn't seem that helped so much. And also you have Cristiano Ronaldo in that team. Hopefully he will stay on for next season as well. Chiellini is there. Gigi Buffon looks like he's going to play there for next season as well. So there are some pillars there. Andrea Barzagli in the coaching staff. So there are some guys in that team that will keep him at bay. They will keep him focused. I don't know if they lack that kind of player, that kind of character at United. I don't know. But at Juve, we do have that, and we need that if we are going to bring back Paul and fix him up mentally. Physically, it's a totally different issue, but mentally is also a factor. And then again, you have the Maurizio Sarri tactics. Will he be good enough? Will he actually adjust his play in order to complement the Sarrismo? I don't know. Is he good enough to open up spaces, to open up tight defenses like we saw against Fiorentina? Very tight defense, very comfortable defense. We only scored 2 penalties and 1 set piece. So yeah, it will be difficult against those teams, and we need the player to open up these spaces. So that's why, in my opinion, there will be a solution to the 4-3-3, when then we can play out wide, stretch them out, and so on. But then we need a player in the midfield who can make it happen. It may be Paul, because we remember him doing so a couple of years ago. But the question is, does he remember how to do it? Does he remember enjoy football? I don't know. So this is what I want to say. Be careful with that money. It's not endless, and it's not that we need signing just for the signing's sake. We need the perfect solution. We don't want to mess around. We don't want to take a chance. At Paul, we will take a chance because of his injuries primarily and because of his mental state. Right now, he's not happy at United. I guarantee you that. So there you go. That's just my opinion regarding Paul Pogba. Um, as I said, would have liked to have him at Juve? Yeah. At all costs? No. So yeah, there's my thoughts. Please leave a comment down below what you think about Paul and his future at Juve. Will he come? Will he not? If he will, what do you think will happen? How will he play? Will he be a great colleague to Pjanic in the midfield? Will Pjanic stay? That's also another question. How is that gonna show up? I saw today some rumors about Jorginho coming back to Serie A, maybe going to Juventus because Sarri is there. Well, if Jorginho is coming, maybe Pjanic will be leaving, or maybe shifting him further up the pitch. I don't know. But Paul Pogba will need to play a major part in next year's Juve, and it's only up to him and his physique and his mental state. Otherwise, it would be 100 million spent just down the drain. We hoped for a superstar, and we never got it back.